Games. I bet you've never heard of them before. I haven't either personally. But here I am today doing a review of one of the best mobile games out there and probably will still be the best mobile game in the many years to come, Clash Royale. Today I'm joined with my friend Tyler. He's going to help me talk about the game and what's about it. Tyler, got anything to say?
I'm just happy to be here, to be honest. Thank you for inviting me.
That's all right, mate.
Please follow me as well.
Let's start off with what Clash Royale is. Tyler, what is Clash Royale?
Let me get out my phone. Clash Royale was a free-to-play, real-time strategy video game developed and published by Supercell. The game combines elements from collecting cards, towers and defences, and multiplayer online battle arena. The game was released globally on March 2nd, 2016.
Amazing Wikipedia description.
Thank you, I researched it myself.
So yeah, basically it's a multiplayer PvP game where you basically battle friends, random people around the world, and try to get to the top of the leaderboard. That's a basic overview of it.
Yes, that is the case.
So, good, bad? What's your opinions on it?
Now, personally, it's a game that I've deleted and re-downloaded multiple times.
Is that through rage or
No, I don't rage
just
easily.
don't like the game?
If we're being honest, when it comes to its playability, it's one of those games that you play a lot for a short period of time
Fair
and then
enough.
gradually stop playing, which can lead to many people, including me at one point, deleting the game. I assume you've done the same.
I've also deleted the game many
Yeah.
times, but that was through rage.
It's also a very rage-enduring game, so if you're one of those people who play sports games and rage easily, this is a game that has similar effects to your mental health.
Say that. If you're like easily,
If you struggle with anger issues, I wouldn't
if
say
you're
this is a game
easily,
for
if you're
you.
easily annoyed, and like you can be made angry really easily, don't play this game. Basically.
Or do, at the risk of your own phone.
Yeah, unless you want to break your phone and get a new one and then break it again.
Yeah.
Don't play the game. But it is an amazing game for if you're just trying to have like a quick, I don't know, like 20-minute session with your friends. Maybe like you're at break at school or something, and you just want to play a game with them. Clash Royale is the one to go to.
But when it comes to the gameplay itself, the game is very simple.
Yeah.
Certain cards counter other cards. For example, say someone has
Start with something easy. Let's see.
Inferno Dragon, I was thinking.
Yeah.
Say someone has an
Dragon.
Inferno Dragon. The way an Inferno Dragon works is it's a dragon where it's a continuous attack.
But it does damage over time. Like the damage increases.
The longer it attacks, the more damage it does. But that also means that its earliest damage when it first hits
It's terrible.
is horrific. The best way to counter this is with an electric wizard.
Electric Wizard.
E-wizard for short.
Yeah.
What the E-wizard does, it stuns the is it fair to say opponent?
It stuns the other card, the dragon, basically.
It
We're talking about
will,
dragon.
in this concept, if you used it on an Inferno Dragon, it would stun the dragon, meaning every time the dragon hits, it will only do its least amount of damage, which will have almost no effect on either the tower or the E-Wiz itself.
It basically resets the timer where the damage increases.
Exactly. This game is very much strategy, knowing what cards counter what, and the ability to make a deck that really helps with almost every situation.
Unlike yours.
I think my deck is
Your
good.
deck is terrible.
We'll get onto that though.
It's just a strategy game,
Should
but
we-
it's also a very luck-based game.
Should we explain the deck system?
We can explain the deck system.
Okay.
It's an 8-card deck. There is 5 different rarities of cards. You got commons, rares, epics. They're your basic ones. Then you got legendaries, which are harder to get, but not as hard as champions, which you get when you are professional players, basically.
Now each card can be unlocked in different arenas. You start in Arena 1, as everyone else does, with the basic cards, the cards that everyone gets. But as you go up arenas, you unlock more available cards that you get from chess, from either A, winning games, B, getting enough crowns, which you get from beating players, or C, buying them with gems, which almost
Or
every game nowadays has an in-app.
You can also get chess by leveling up.
That they added that recently as well. The game is still constantly updating, so new changes all the time.
They had an hour maintenance time today. Couldn't
Yeah,
play the game for an entire hour.
we'll get on those cons in a bit though, but
I say we go on to it now.
I haven't finished my explanation.
Okay,
of the cons.
sorry. Finish your explanation.
And the way it works is you earn trophies per victory, usually between 27 to like roughly 33, I'd say.
You get the odd 36 sometimes.
I haven't actually had that
I've
before.
had it quite a few times.
And you go up arenas. Eventually, you reach the top arena, which is very hard to get to, though, and I wouldn't expect anyone to.
It's Arena 18.
20.
It's
Arena 20 is the final arena. For now, at least. We don't know if they'll update it. But when you reach a certain arena, right? Do you unlock League, or is it certain level?
It's certain trophies.
So
League,
arena.
Yeah.
When you
Arena.
reach a certain arena, you unlock this thing called Leagues, which is just another way to earn more rewards and show your quality.
It's basically just ranked battles.
Yes, pretty much. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is about it. Just unlocking cars the higher arena you go.
It's very toxic,
It can be, yes.
especially if you play it with friends.
Well, now let's go on to the pros and the cons. Would you like to start with the cons?
Now start the pros.
Start with the pros,
Start
okay.
the pros. Because then we can go downhill.
Okay,
And then we go
yeah.
back up.
Okay, let's hope so.
So it's first off, multiplayer. That's the biggest pro, I'd say.
The multiplayer is amazing, I think. Say you're on a call with friends, or even you're just in person with friends, you don't know what to do. You just play out the game, play each other. And the best thing about it is it incorporates the clan system from another game that they made called, I'm pretty
Clash of
sure
Clans.
most of you are familiar with, Clash of Clans.
Was originally their best game.
Was originally, yes, which is what this game was actually based off of, a lot of its cards.
Yeah.
And in there you can battle your friends in multiple different battle types, from
Singles.
single battle with your
drafts.
regular cards, drafts where you take it in, where you have a pick between two different cards and you choose which one, triple draft where you choose between 3 cards, and mega draft, which is something they added recently.
It's
where
just a bunch of cards.
it's
and you just
20
pick
odd
whatever you want.
cards. It's 20 odd cards, and it's a turn-based thing where you pick 2 cards each.
They also have
each
2v2s,
turn. And 2v2s.
which
so
is
if
the best game mode.
2v2s if you're playing with
'Cause
4
you can't
people.
lose trophies.
Yeah, it's a fun game mode.
I cried so
So-
many times losing trophies.
But its multiplayer is perfect. I think that's why the game's so popular. Is its multiplayer?
I wouldn't say perfect. They need to add a 7 times elixir 2v2.
They do need to add. I think they do need to add more stuff for 2v2.
Yeah.
The 2v2 is their most neglected game mode, but that's because
It's their
people
most
are fun.
popular, but it's most neglected.
Although touchdown is something they added
That is
recently.
2v2. It's not that's been out for ages.
Yeah, but like touchdown was something that they kind of added, which kind of freshened up.
Fair.
But
Yeah.
even then, I think it's such a 50-50 fan base that it
Another-
maybe isn't that.
Yeah. Another pro, if you actually become a professional gamer out, you can win money from it.
We're not telling you to strive for this by no means. If anything, don't
strive
even.
for it.
Don't.
Try it.
No.
If you get to Arena 20, try it.
At that point, maybe if you're good enough, yeah. But I wouldn't bank on it. It isn't like other things and I wouldn't bank on any game money wise. It's not.
I would.
Yeah, you would.
Call of Duty, mate.
I wouldn't bank
We'll
on
get
any
onto
of
that another
these. I wouldn't bank on any of these, but you can make money. It's a very popular game, especially in the esports scene. So money is to be won from it.
If you're a mobile esports content,
Yeah.
it's one of the games you must play.
It's a brilliant game. In either way, I just think the game's fun,
Yeah.
but it has its negatives.
It has a lot of negatives.
Yeah.
It's still too good though. Right, anyway. Start with the negatives. First one, the maintenance breaks. I'm starting on that one.
Today.
Just because of today. We had an hour-long one, and there was nothing updated in it.
Yeah.
Probably a few bugs, but that doesn't need an hour-long update.
Unfortunately, this is something you see a lot. It does take maintenance breaks once every 2 weeks, I'd
It's
say.
guaranteed once every month because of the
Yeah.
thing. But there is definitely more than one.
And sometimes you'll be
A
sat
week.
there waiting hours just for them to change nothing about the game. And that's kind of annoying. Usually when you see a maintenance, you do expect at least something to change, whether it's the limited time game modes that they have on offer.
Maybe even a new card.
Maybe a new card, which is very rare nowadays.
I mean, they add cards just for game modes.
Lava
Hound one.
Yeah, I think the last card they actually added that was for in-game play was the Phoenix, which I don't remember when that came out. Oh, no, it would be Monk.
Yeah,
Monk was the last thing they added. But, so yeah, the maintenance is annoying. They usually do nothing in it. It's just a waste of time, especially when you could have been playing a game 5 seconds before you pull out your phone again 3 seconds later. But yeah, maintenance sucks. That's one of the biggest cons.
Another con, luck. This game is such a luck-based game.
Are you talking about from their decks or?
I'm talking about a hog going after a tower.
Yeah.
Where it's closer to the flipping, you know what I mean.
Yeah, the mechanics aren't always great. I think it's the card sensors aren't good all the time. I've had times where, and this works benefits for me, there's a witch further out from the tower. There's a bit further forward, but a bit further to the left, and the prince still locks onto the tower. That's been an issue, like not an issue because it benefits me, but I assume as a player you're kind of like, well, why has it done that? It is very luck based from the deck your opponent's using, your rotational cards in hand initially, the cards you'll have in your rotation to deal with other cards. I've had it where sometimes it can just take most of the game to figure out how to play the opponent because you don't have the right cards in rotation.
If you ever watch like professional players, they always go down to sudden death.
Yeah.
Well, not always, but like 90% sudden death.
Well, because at the end of the day, if you don't have the cards in the order you want them, you can't deal with the opponent.
You're also trying to learn how the opponent plays, how their deck works, and how it like all combines together.
So while it is luck, it's also a lot of skill. You have to be able to figure out your opponent.
People like it because of the strategy in it.
Not every strategy works the same every game, and that's the best thing about it as well. But it's also a negative when it comes to luck. We don't
stealing the opponent's deck every game because he loses to it.
I won't recommend that.
And he loses with that deck.
I won't recommend that.
Yeah, don't do that. Just like change a card in your deck if it's not working out.
Right, final con. Overpowered cards.
We like to call these cards skill issue cards because you get no skill when you use them.
Cards, for example, like Mega Knight is the biggest one.
I use Mega Knight personally just because I like the splash damage.
But cards like
I have no skill.
Cards like Mega Knight, E-Barbs,
E-Giant, Skill Recruits. Sorry.
They will not. Royal Recruits, or as we refer to it as Skill Recruits, because there is no skill on the cards. Cards like that, where they're high elixir, but the cards you need to counter them are so specific. If you don't have them in your deck, that card will tear your team to shreds.
Right.
And this is the case. You'll see people building their decks around these singular cards, knowing that if I can make these people waste their troops trying to defend the others, and then I pull that out, or these cards just in general counter the counters, which
it's
can be
all
annoying.
just back to that same thing of strategy games.
It's strategy, but I feel like the cards should be somewhat even, and a lot of time they're not with this game. That is one of its only issues.
No, that's the whole point of strategy, of building your decks around different cards. They're not all gonna be even, and not all gonna be like the same.
Yeah, true. But
you can't go and say all the cards should be even, and then you have a Firecracker versus an Electro Giant.
That would be cool if Firecracker did the same damage.
If we were on the hacked version, which has Goku in it, then yeah.
But yeah, overall, some of the cards just feel overpowered, especially when all their counters can be countered with ease.
Everything has a counter. That's similar games.
When it comes to similar games, as meant, I guess you could kind of class it as a similar game. Clash of Clans.
Clash of Clans. No, it's not. It's not similar. It's just because it's made by the same people and has the same like troops in it.
They're very different games.
They're both strategy games.
Clash of Clans is more of a, well, as it stays, building up your.
I just realised they are quite similar.
Yeah, they're very similar, I'd argue, but mainly through their cards. Not cards. Well, they are cards.
In Clash of Clans, they're just troops. And then you've got the heroes and spells. In Clash Royale, we just have cards.
Yeah, the games are quite similar. Like they followed they have the same, like I was about to say cast
Clash
of characters.
Royale has borrowed like I think every troop from Clash of Clans, but like either alternated it or just kept it the same. But
While also adding their own troops as well, which is kind of cool.
Clash Royale has a lot of variety of troops, while Clash of Clans just has.
It's pretty much the same, yeah. Pretty much, it's just a strat. If you like strategy games, this is definitely one of them. And if you're playing the game for its strategy element, there's a lot of other games that you could find. Now, what's your personal opinion on the game?
I love it. Honestly, it brings me joy when I get to annoy my friends by picking the skill issue cards.
I think the game's at its best when you are the best.
Well, obviously.
I have
that's the same with every game.
But it's even better because I have multiple. I have 2 accounts.
I have 6.
One for each clan that I'm in, and in one of them I'm the top, and in the other I'm 11th. But that is my second account.
I'd be top in either.
That is my second account that's 11th. But it's a fun game. When you're actually beating people, it's really fun. But as we've said before, the game's
skill and luck.
It's skill. I mean, especially gamers like Infinite Elixir, if you build the right deck, you can't lose. And that is the case with this game. If you build the right deck, you can't lose.
You have towers in one deck, and you win in the 7x Elixir.
Well, to be honest, I find I find the game really fun. It's fun to just play with friends, even though I lose a lot when playing with some of them.
So overall, it's just a big mess of cards.
Yeah, I guess.
That's like, if you were to tell someone who's never heard of the game before, one of the descriptions you could give.
It's just one giant mess of cards.
It's a giant mess of cards that you can bully your friends with, if you're good.
Yeah.
Or get bullied if you're bad.
Yeah.
So that's the video. I hope you enjoy. Shout out to Tyler. It'll be in the description. I don't know, whatever.
Subscribe to me on YouTube. Channel is the Henty Man. It should be in the description, I hope.
It won't be the Handyman. That's the wrong channel. It'll be D's.
I also have a gaming channel that I have not uploaded on, which is what he's talking about here, called D's. If you wanna, subscribe to me there.
Like, subscribe, go follow me on Instagram, everything. I don't know. I never go on my Instagram. Don't do that. Yeah, go watch my other videos because they're actual gameplay and not just me talking. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.
See ya.